All right. So continuing where I left off, this is the second part, right? So what you need to do is you need to look on setting up some of these settings. So what you do is you've got this widget. All you need to do is you need to click on update your home page. So you can either click on try it or you can click on skip. Cool. So what I've done is I've skipped the setting for your update your homepage immediately when it asks for it because I don't want to do it right now. Rather, I want to set up my blog before I do that. So now create my tagline. I'm going to click on try it. And then over here it says, so obviously this is about dentists. So digital marketing for dentists, helping dentists drive more patients, attract more patients and drive increased revenues. That's all. So that's going to be my tagline. Then this is my time zone. So obviously, since we are in India, I'm going to select there should be Chennai somewhere here. Cool. I'm going to go ahead with UTC 5:30. Okay, this is not working. I'm going to go back to UTC 5:30. All right, then what you need to do is you need to click on the confirmation email. So I'm going to quickly go into my email address and then confirm my email. So I'm going to go back and continue and click this email out. So with that, my blog is set. I'm going to refresh this page right here. Okay, some of those changes weren't saved. So digital marketing for dentists, helping land more patients and increase revenue. I'm going to leave the time zone as it is for now. Then I'm going to click on save settings. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on launch site, skip purchase over here, continue with your free site, so that the website starts loading as soon as people load it up. All right, so this is how the website right now looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my site. So this is how you access your dashboard. So, and this is the entire dashboard, which has all the data. So you can see the views, the number of visitors that you're getting, the content that you're creating, etc., etc., etc. Right. So now coming to the design part of it. So I'm going to go into the themes, and then I can choose whatever theme that I want based on the number of free themes that WordPress has. So there's also paid themes as well, but what I'm looking for is I'm going to look for a simple blog which allows me to just post my content. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead with probably this theme, right? Okay, so this looks like a professional website theme. I don't want a professional website theme. All I'm looking for is a more of a content based theme. So as a result of that, I'm going to go ahead with this one, independent publisher, which looks clean, which looks pretty decent, and it's about content, it's about blogging, right? So I'm going to click on activate this design and theme. Then I'm going to click on customize site. Now what happens is it allows me to load up some customization options for my website. So that's what you need to do. So so now coming to your content, site identity. So if I have a logo, I can add a logo right here, and around this side, it should be around this side, and then it will customize itself in the appropriate place. So I just want this for now, so I'm going to leave it as it is. Then coming back, colors and backgrounds. So right now I've got white background. The best background is white, but if you want to change any of the backgrounds, you can play around with it as well. So white background on the internet, white background with black text is the best one. That's why. So now fonts, if I want to change any of my fonts also, you can do that for the headline and the base font. Then header image, if I want to add a specific image to my header, that's something that I can do as well. I don't need an image, so I'm going to click on hide image. back. Content options. So on the main blog, how do you want your content to be shown? Do you want the full post to be shown on the main page, on the home page, or do you just want to post excerpt? So that's something I can select. I'm going to click on post excerpt. Right. CS is something advanced. I don't recommend working on that. Widgets is basically what kind of widgets, what kind of sidebar do you want. So all of this is advanced stuff. I don't want to focus on all of these things, but just how you want your homepage to look. Do you want your homepage to have a static page, or do you want the homepage to look at your latest post? So this is pretty important to configure. So if, for example, if we go to digitalmarketingfordentist.wordpress.com, so I've got all of my blog posts right here. Do you see that? Okay. So this is basically a static page called the home page where I've set up the structure to show, and I've set up the structure on the homepage to show my latest blog posts. All right. So now if I click on my latest blog post, the following blog post opens up, right, with this image. So now let me go back into my site. I'm going to select your latest post instead of having a home page for myself. So I'm going to publish it that way. So now coming back out from the home page settings, so this is my theme options. Then this is AMP. AMP is something that you can ignore for now. You can just leave it at default settings. It's called accelerated mobile pages. Now what I need is, for my blog, I want an about page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create an about page. I'm going to go into pages, and then I'm going to click on add new page. And then I'm going to, do you see there are so many templates? So I can just choose one of those templates. So I can add an about template, and then I can customize this however I want. And then I'm going to click on publish. Publish. So if you go in and click on view, I can see this is how the about page looks. I can customize it as much as I want. Now, if I go back to my home page, which is digitalmarketingfordentist.com, obviously I don't see my other pages, right? I don't see my about pages. So that's something that's an issue. So here's how you go in and customize that. So you go into my WordPress, and then you click on settings. Okay, you don't need to do anything here. You'll have to come into customize. You come into widgets, and then it says sidebar, and then it says footer 1, it says footer 2, footer 3. That's what the template supports basically. So it basically supports a sidebar on the right side, and it supports the footer 1 and footer 2 and footer 3. And each theme it has its own settings that it supports. So I will come into customize over here. And then over here, do you see this menu option? So obviously there's something called the primary menu. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my add items and add my about page. And then I don't need my blog feed. I just need my home page, because my home page and the blog feed is the same one. So I'm going to remove that, home and about. Do you see my header would appear here? If I ask for this to appear here, it appears over here with the social menu. So I want the menu to appear in the header. So I'm going to click on that, home and about. And then so the social menu exactly has these social icons. You can customize that later, which actually comes here, which is not required in our scenario. So I'm going to remove that. and then I can click on this setting called automatically add top new level. So let's say you create a contact us page, you can add that in as well. Okay, so I'm going to click on that setting. If you remove that setting, you'll have to manually choose whichever pages that you create. So with that, your initial blog is ready. The next thing is your main blog post. So whatever content that you do, that's actually created in the form of blog post. So what I would do is I would go into my post section, and then I've got these two posts, right? So obviously in the about section, I'm going to introduce who I am, and then here I can go in and edit this post itself to introduce myself, or I can click on add new post for me to create a new post, new piece of content that I'm writing. And then here's where I add the title. So I'm going to add the title as how to get more leads for digital marketing. Instagram. All right, let me just quickly write some words and then I'm going to continue. All right, so I've written a simple write-up on this article over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to continue further, but if I want to, I can continue. And each of this becomes a paragraph, and then I can customize it however I want. If I want to add a heading, step 1, do this. Then if you're doing this, you need to start doing ABC. So this is what it is. Then what I can do is I can modify the colors if I want a specific background color. If I want a specific text color, I can customize it as well. I can play around. If I want my font size to increase, I can play around with it as well. And if I want to show a large initial letter, so drop cap is basically, do you see that? So that's what drop cap is all about. So I'm going to off it, turn it off. I can continue to do whatever I want. Then what you do is then over here in the categories, I can choose whichever category. So I can add a new category if necessary, and then I can add that in. And then tags, tags are basically keywords that it's more like hashtags. So whatever you would use as an hashtag, you want to use as a tag. And then if I want to add a feature image, I can add a feature image as well. And then if I want to stick it to the top of the blog, if this is a new blog post and I want to stick it to the top, I can do that as well. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to click on publish. Visibility public immediately. Tags, I'm not adding tags right now. If I want to share it with my social accounts, I can click on connect my accounts. And then I can connect it to my Facebook account, Twitter account, LinkedIn account. So automatically whenever I post, it's connected to these platforms. Then I click on publish anyway. Then my blog post is done. So that's my first blog, literally. Okay, so this is how you go and set up your WordPress blog and how you start publishing your content. I hope this video teaches you how. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you. Bye.